Hi everyone, I'm Olivia Countess, founder of Countess Wealth Management, and today we are going to be talking about what everyone is talking about, which is interest rates and inflation. So in order to talk about inflation, we need to talk about the Producer Price Index. The Producer Price Index is the measurement of price increase of wholesalers and manufacturers. So why is that important? It is up 3.2% year over year and 0.9% month over month. That means from last month, we saw almost a 1% increase in the prices that producers are paying to make their goods. Why is this a big deal? We haven't seen the CPI or the Consumer Price Index report really show too much inflation or too much gain in what consumers are actually feeling. So what this tells us is that the producers are actually seeing a lot of those costs go up from the tariffs, and that's where the inflation is in the supply chain. And another thing we are looking at is profit margins. So profit margins have been either stagnant year over year or they have increased year over year. So what does that mean for consumers? That means that if producers are seeing the cost of manufacturing and wholesaling their goods go up and their profit margins are staying the same, then that means we can anticipate those prices to eventually flow down to consumers in the way of inflation. So now we're starting to see some of the effects of the tariff policies on inflation and what that'll look like for consumers in the fall. I still think it is likely, if not very likely, that we will see an interest rate decrease from the Federal Reserve in September and especially in the fall. However, if we don't see that, then this is another indicator that we may have more turbulent times than initially anticipated. While interest rates, they are the biggest combatant for inflation, so that's an argument to keep interest rates where they are in the meantime to see how much of this producer price index ultimately flows through to the consumer price index, which means a rise in consumer goods. So how does this impact your overall financial plan? It may make sense to watch your budget in the fall and make sure that you are kind of factoring in some of those goods that may start to see inflation. That's your car parts, any maintenance on your car, that's food, things like that. Luckily, gas prices we're actually seeing go down. So just some things to keep an eye on. Obviously, all eyes are going to be on an interest rate cut if that does happen, and that'll be a nice relief for a lot of folks as far as stimulating the economy and seeing a lot of positivity in the financial portfolio. If you have any questions about how all of this impacts your financial plan, please feel free to reach out to us. And in the meantime, I'll keep you posted.